Championship returned to Europe for round 5, the high-speed tarmac of Corsica. No Biasion in Corsica, but Lancia remained strong, even though conditions favoured the rear-wheel drive cars like the BMWs. Rain came eventually, and then the four-wheel drive Deltas were able to use all their power and performance. And the most impressive was last year's winner, Didier Auriol. He was driving for Ford in 1988, but now for Lancia, he was letting loose all his talent and aggression. Bruno Sabi was one of the less happy Lancia drivers. A misfiring engine left him out of contention, while Auriol built his lead out front. Toyota often get the chance to lead a rally early on, but even that was denied them in Corsica. But at least Kankkunen kept going to claim third place. That was third behind the rear-wheel drive BMW M3 of Francois Chatriot, the closest challenger to the winner Didier Auriol. The BMWs prepared by the British ProDrive team, previous winners of the event, and they brought home Chatriot second, Beguin fifth and Duez sixth. But the weather certainly aided Lancia's four-wheel drive cause. Victory for Auriol on the streets of Ajaccio. And that was enough to move him into second place in the championship, 25 points behind Biasion, who'd return to the fray for the next round. The historic surroundings of Athens, providing a title and a starting point for the Acropolis rally. An event which would tell a great deal about the strength of Lancia and the challenge of Toyota. Biasion on the left for Lancia, Kenneth Eriksson for Toyota, whose other big hope was former world champion Juha Kankkunen. Big event also for Ari Vatanen and Mitsubishi. And Mitsubishi also for Jimmy McRae and Rob Arthur. So round 6 of the World Championship, Lancia may have looked unbeatable so far, but waiting in the wings they had the new 16-valve Integrale. And this event would tell them how urgently it was needed, how swiftly the opposition was closing the gap. And Toyota, via Kenneth Eriksson, took their customary early lead on the opening spectator stages, a lead that wouldn't last very long. Mitsubishi were fielding just about their biggest team, and after their showing on the Monte Carlo, were really beginning to make an impact on the World Championship scene. But the story was Lancia again. Didier Auriol had been out front and then dropped back after colliding with a rock on some of the roughest stages that the World Championship encounters. That enabled Mickey Biasion to hit the front once again to claim his 4th win on his 4th event of the season. Auriol fought back to second ahead of Fiorio in third. Once again, a Lancia 1-2-3. Kankkunen had made a fight of it, really battling Fiorio hard, but then he went out with suspension failure. So too did his well-placed teammate Carlos Sainz. Early leader Kenneth Eriksson went out on stage 12. All in all, a rally that Toyota would want to forget. But it was a very promising event for the Mitsubishi Galant. Vatanen, running in the top 3 for a while, was competitive with the Lancias. Oil loss forced him out on the 22nd stage, but Jimmy McRae kept going for an excellent 4th place in what was a one-off drive with the team. He lost a little time with suspension problems and the loss of turbo boost, but he got the car through to a very good finish. But Biasion stretches his lead to 30 points, and he looked uncatchable at the halfway point of the World Championship season.